Son's response: I accidentally ruined my son's life. This is an extremely touchy experience regarding my father who believed his stepdaughter over me, his own bio son. My dad in his Reddit post named me T, but I want to explain my side of the story that my dad didn't include before he deleted his account due to the backlash. I didn't want to talk about this with anyone after being extremely depressed over losing my first girlfriend, friends, and my spot in the Ivy League college over because of my stepsister's false intimate assault allegations. I lost everything because of her. My dad and stepmom didn't even give me the benefit of a doubt. I expected my dad to back me up because I was telling the truth and looked at him directly to prove my innocence, but he didn't believe me and got me arrested and I couldn't make bail. I was so angry at my father for not believing. I don't care about the apologies he and my stepmom said to me because it won't undo all the damage they have done to me. I couldn't move forward with this. I had to get antidepressants because I couldn't take it anymore. The only one who was there for me was my childhood friend Ruka who, unlike all the others, decided to give me another chance. She has been there for me throughout all these years after no one believed me. Ruka is from a Japanese family. Me and her got married 5 years ago, and her family is very sweet. Ruka and I hung out a lot after she supported me throughout all this mess my stepsister caused. I know my stepsister got slapped in the face after she told the truth about what happened. She was sent to another state to be with her father and I don't care what happens to her after. I know my dad threatened her boyfriend to the point that he broke up with my stepsister afterwards. I'm glad he did. Who could be with someone who caused a lot of damage to her stepbrother who protected her throughout his life? Ruka told me one day that she was moving back to Japan and I was sad that she was gonna leave and I was gonna be alone again, but she told me to come with her. I had accepted her offer without any hesitation because I couldn't look at my father again after he didn't believe me. Every time my dad and stepmom apologized for not believing me, it just made me angrier. I had packed a suitcase and was heading out the door, but my dad told me where I was going and I told him that it's none of his business. Then I left. I stupidly forgot my phone back at home when Ruka texted me if I was ready. When I showed up at Ruka's home, she and her whole family were waiting for me, but before I could get in the vehicle with them, my dad showed up in his car. Ruka's family didn't want my dad anywhere near me, but I could see the tears in his eyes as he tried to stop me from leaving. I then saw that he had my phone and I told him, what the hell does he want? My dad tried to speak but couldn't. I took my phone back from him. He started apologizing profusely of how much of a failure of a father he was for not believing me when my stepsister accused me of intimate assault when in reality she was having intimacy with her boyfriend. I straight up told my dad he failed. I couldn't hold back the tears and cried as well. I told him what he did was unforgivable and that I found his Reddit post and told him that the way he was trying to self-victimize himself for sympathy was a cowardly move. I told him, why did he not believe me? I thought he had my back. My dad couldn't utter the word to give a response. I berated him and called him every name in the book. I told him that everyone hated me because of my stepsister's lies and I still had a broken heart after my first girlfriend left me because of stepsister's false accusations. Everyone I know and used to be friends with called me a monster. I told him that I'm gonna move with Ruka's family because I couldn't stand him anymore with his empty apologies that meant nothing to me. It just made angrier. I told him nothing would change my mind after my image and reputation among people I knew was destroyed because of my stepsister. He begged me tearfully not to go and even dropped to his knees while crying. Ruka quietly told me that I should forgive him. I told her I didn't want to because everything I did before all of this went down was for my dad's sake, to be proud of me. I did everything for my father and did my best to impress him after working hard to get into the Ivy League college. I told my dad I didn't see him as my father anymore and that he should find someone else because my father died when he didn't believe me when I was telling him the truth the entire time. I got in the vehicle with Ruka's family and left as I turned around one last time to see my dad on the ground in a curled up position crying his eyes out as some neighbors checked up on him. I was scared when I arrived in Japan. I didn't know any of Japan's culture, but I'm slowly learning. Ruka and I started dating after 2 months of moving to Japan and I've met some friendly people while I'm here. It's been several years from what happened and Ruka and I have been happily married, but we agreed to not have any children. All I can say is that applying for citizenship is extremely difficult than I thought. Last I heard from my dad is that he ended it after several weeks since the last time I saw. I don't know why he called me T in his original post, but now I know why, but I still have never forgiven him. I had no one when the false intimate allegations happened and I thought my dad at least had my back. Before I most likely decide to leave this account, I want to say that Ruka's family have always seen me as a son because Ruka was an only child, but another fact is that one of Ruka's family members was falsely accused of intimate allegations that costed him his house, job, image, reputation, and friends. He was later proven innocent, but the damage was done. Ruka's family wasn't aware of the false intimate allegations until I told them. Ruka didn't tell them because she still had hoped that the intimate allegations were not true. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened after Dad deleted his Reddit account after posting his story, but I will say now is that I'm living a happy life in Japan with Ruka. Thanks for listening to my side of the story.